The alarm screams at 5 a.m. You drag yourself out of bed. Another day, another 10 hours of grinding. You tell yourself this is what success looks like. Hard work pays off. Keep your head down, stay disciplined, but look around. The people getting rich are not the ones working the hardest. They are the ones who stopped working years ago. Picture it. Your boss arrives at 10 a.m. You have been there since 6. He leaves at 3 p.m. for a golf meeting. You stay until 7. At the end of the year, he buys his third house. You get a 3% raise that does not even cover inflation. You feel the resentment building in your chest, the confusion, the exhaustion. You were told hard work was the key. So why are you still broke? Why are you still tired? Why does the gap between you and them keep growing wider no matter how many extra hours you put in? Because you have been lied to your entire life. The entire system is designed to keep you running on a hamster wheel while pretending you are racing toward freedom. Hard work does not make you rich. It makes you useful to people who are already rich. Today we're going to dismantle the greatest scam in modern society, the myth that effort equals wealth. We're going to show you why your exhaustion is their profit, why your dedication is their leverage, and most importantly, how to stop being the brick and become the builder. But be warned, what you're about to learn will make you unemployable in the traditional sense. It will kill the part of you that finds comfort in being a good worker. If you are ready to stop trading your life for a paycheck, keep watching. If not, go back to sleep. The system loves sleepwalkers. So why do you believe it? Why, when you see someone wealthy, do you assume they worked harder than you? It starts in childhood. Think back. You're 8 years old. Your teacher gives gold stars for effort. Your parents praise you for finishing your homework. You learn that good things come to those who work hard. Finish your vegetables. Do your chores. Study hard. Get good grades. Get a good job. Work hard. Retire. Die. This is the script. You absorbed it before you could even question it. The problem is the people who taught you this script were also trapped in it. Your parents traded 40 years of their life for a pension. Your teachers traded their potential for job security. They did not lie to you because they were evil. They lied to you because they were victims of the same lie. You grew up watching them struggle. You watched your father come home exhausted. You watched your mother stress about bills. And somewhere deep in your brain, you encoded a belief. This is what work looks like. Suffering, sacrifice, struggle. But here is the truth they never told you. There are two types of work in this world. There is the work of the machine, and there is the work of the architect. The machine works hard. The machine is reliable. The machine is praised for its consistency. But the machine is also replaceable. The architect works differently. The architect does not carry the bricks. The architect designs the building. The architect does not dig the quarry. The architect owns the quarry. You have been trained since birth to be a machine, to show up, to execute, to be grateful for the opportunity to break your back building someone else's empire. And every time you work late, every time you skip lunch, every time you sacrifice your weekend to meet a deadline, you are reinforcing the bars of your own cage. Machiavelli understood something about power that most people never learn. He wrote, "The promise of reward is worth more than the reward itself." Translation: your boss does not keep you motivated with money. He keeps you motivated with the idea of money. Work hard this year and next year you will get promoted. Hit this target and you will get a bonus. Put in your time and eventually you will make it. Eventually. The carrot stays in front of you, you keep running. And while you run, they build wealth off your back. This is not a conspiracy. This is the design. The system needs workers. It needs people who believe that trading time for money is noble. It needs you to see yourself as the hero of your own exhaustion. Because if you ever stopped running, if you ever looked up and asked, why am I carrying bricks for someone else's monument, the entire structure collapses. So what happens when you stop? Imagine this. You're in a meeting. Your manager is assigning weekend work. Everyone around the table nods. Yes, of course, whatever it takes. The old you would nod too. You would take the assignment. You would cancel your plans. You would show up Saturday morning with coffee and a smile, thinking, this is how you get ahead. Now imagine the new you. Your manager looks at you. Can you handle the Saturday deliverable? You hold eye contact, you do not flinch. You say, no, not this weekend. The room goes silent. Your manager blinks. He was not expecting resistance. He tries again. This is a high priority project. You respond. I understand. I am unavailable this weekend. Nothing else. No excuse. No apology. No explanation. What have you done here? You refused to play the game. You rejected the frame that your time is negotiable. You made them uncomfortable because uncomfortable people do not know what to do with someone who will not bend. This is the first flip. You stop offering your time as if it has no value. Because time is the only non-renewable resource you have. You get more money, you do not get more time. When you trade time for money at a fixed rate, you are locked into linear growth. You work 1 hour, you get paid for 1 hour. You want to make twice as much, work twice as long. But there are only 24 hours in a day. There is a ceiling. You will hit it, and when you do, you will realize you sold the best years of your life for a number that does not even cover the life you wanted to live. The people who get rich understand this. They do not sell time. They sell systems. They sell leverage. They sell ownership. Your boss does not work harder than you. He owns a piece of the output. The landlord does not work harder than you. He owns the property. The investor does not work harder than you. She owns the equity. Ownership is the cheat code, and you have been taught to avoid it your entire life because the system needs renters, not owners. Let's go deeper into what ownership looks like. There are 3 types of leverage in the world: labor, capital, and code. Labor leverage is when you get other people to work for you. Capital leverage is when you get money to work for you. Code leverage is when you get technology to work for you. Notice what is missing from that list? Your own manual labor. Working hard is not on the list. Working hard is what you do when you have no leverage. It is what you do when you are the input instead of the owner of the input. Think about a restaurant. The line cook works 12-hour shifts. He is fast. He is skilled. He is exhausted. He makes $18 an hour. The owner of the restaurant works 4 hours a day. He shakes hands. He checks numbers. He makes $200,000 a year. Why? Because the line cook is trading time for money. The owner is trading ownership for money. The owner has leverage. He owns the system. The system runs whether he is there or not. You are the line cook. And you have been trained to take pride in how hard you work, how many orders you can push out, how little sleep you need. Meanwhile, the owner is on vacation. His phone buzzes with sales notifications. He's making money while he sleeps. This is not a moral judgment. The line cook is not dumb. The owner is not evil. But one of them understands the game and one of them is playing checkers while everyone else plays chess. Machiavelli said, "Men are so simple and so ready to obey present necessities that he who deceives will always find those who allow themselves to be deceived." You have been deceived into thinking that hard work is the path. It is not. Hard work is the price of admission. After that, you need leverage. You need to own something, a process, a product, a platform, an audience. Anything where the output is not directly tied to your physical presence. Here is the tactical shift. Stop asking, how do I work harder? Start asking, how do I build leverage? Worker mindset. I need to put in more hours to get ahead. Owner mindset. I need to build a system that works when I do not. Worker mindset. I should learn more skills to be more valuable. Owner mindset. I should hire people with skills I do not have. Worker mindset. I need to grind now so I can relax later. Owner mindset. I need to build assets now so I can scale later. Do you see the difference? One mindset is about input. The other is about output. One is about effort. The other is about result. The world does not pay you for effort. It pays you for result. And if you can produce result without effort, you win. This is why people who work 80 hours a week stay broke, and people who work 10 hours a week get rich. The 80-hour person is grinding. The 10-hour person is building. The 80-hour person is in the weeds. The 10-hour person is in the clouds designing the system that runs the weeds. You have been taught to glorify the grind. Wake up at 4 a.m. Cold showers. No days off. Hustle harder. Sleep when you're dead. It is performative suffering. It is a religion of exhaustion, and it keeps you exactly where they need you. Tired, obedient, dependent. Now let's talk about the identity trap. You're not just working hard, you are someone who works hard. It is part of your identity. You tell people, I am a grinder, I am disciplined, I am committed. When someone asks how you are doing, you say busy, you say swamped, you say grinding. And you feel good saying it because in your mind, busy equals important. Exhaustion equals progress. But let me ask you something. If hard work is so valuable, why are the hardest? Workers always broke? The single mother working 3 jobs, the construction worker in the heat, the nurse pulling double shifts. These people work harder than any CEO. They are not poor because they are lazy. They are poor because hard work without leverage is a trap. And the trap is made stickier by identity. If you see yourself as a hard worker, then anything that does not involve hard work feels wrong. Rest feels like laziness. Delegation feels like weakness. Automation feels like cheating, so you keep grinding, you keep suffering, and you keep wondering why the finish line keeps moving further away, because there is no finish line. The game is rigged. You are running a race where the prize is permission to keep running. Machiavelli knew this. He wrote, "The lion cannot protect himself from traps, and the fox cannot defend himself from wolves. One must therefore be a fox to recognize traps, and a lion to frighten wolves." You have been the lion your whole life, strong, hard-working, direct. But you keep stepping in traps. You need to become the fox. You need to recognize the trap of hard work, the trap of trading time for money, the trap of letting someone else own your output while you own the exhaustion. Here is the shadow work. Ask yourself, why do I feel guilty when I'm not working? Why do I feel like I need to suffer to deserve success? Why do I judge people who make money easily? These beliefs are chains. They were installed in you by a system that benefits from your obedience. Your guilt is not noble. It is programming. Your exhaustion is not a badge of honor. It is a symptom of exploitation. And your resentment toward people who have leverage, that is just jealousy dressed up as morality. The truth is, you do not hate rich people. You hate that you are not one of them. And instead of learning how they did it, you tell yourself they got lucky, or they cheated, or they sold out. It makes you feel better. It protects your identity as a hard worker. But it keeps you poor. If you want to break free, you have to kill that identity. You have to stop seeing hard work as a virtue and start seeing it as a tool. Sometimes you need to work hard, but only in service of building leverage. You work hard to buy the quarry, then you hire people to carry the bricks. You do not carry bricks your whole life and call it a career. Let me give you the formula. Step 1. Stop trading time for money at a fixed rate. If you are in a job where your income is capped by your hours, you are on the wrong path. Renegotiate, freelance, commission, equity, royalties, anything where your compensation is tied to output, not input. Step 2. Build or buy an asset. An asset is anything that generates income without your active involvement. Real estate, a business, intellectual property, an audience. Start small, a side project, a digital product, a service you can systematize. The goal is to create something that pays you more than once for the same work. Step 3. Reinvest profits into leverage. Hire people, buy tools, automate processes. The goal is to remove yourself from the day-to-day execution while maintaining ownership of the output. Step 4. Protect your time like it is the only thing that matters. Because it is. Rich people do not have more time than you, they just refuse to sell it cheap. No weekend work, no underpriced projects, no energy vampires. If it does not build your leverage, it does not get your time. Now here is where most people fail. They learn this, they nod along, they agree, and then they go back to work Monday morning and do the exact same thing they have always done. Why? Because changing requires discomfort. It requires saying no to your boss. It requires taking a pay cut in the short term to build equity in the long term. It requires risk. And risk feels like chaos when you have been trained to value security. But security is a myth. Your job is not secure, your salary is not secure. The company can fire you tomorrow and replace you by next week. The only security is ownership. When you own something, no one takes it from you. When you own your time, no one steals it. When you own your output, no one profits off your back. Here is the challenge. For the next 30 days, you're going to stop glorifying hard work. You're not going to brag about being busy. You're not going to wear exhaustion like a badge. Instead, you are going to ask one question every single day. How do I build leverage? Every task you do, every meeting you attend, every hour you work, ask yourself, am I building leverage or am I just being a machine? If the answer is machine, stop. Delegate it, automate it, eliminate it. Spend that time building an asset, writing, coding, designing, investing, networking with people who have leverage, anything that compounds. Because hard work does not compound. You work today, you get paid today. You stop working, you stop getting paid. But leverage compounds. You build it once, it pays you forever. You write a book, it sells while you sleep. You build software, it scales infinitely. You buy property, it appreciates while you live your life. This is the game. And you have been sitting on the sidelines your entire life, watching other people play it, wondering why you're still tired and they are not. The people who will try to stop you are the people who need you to stay a machine. Your boss, your family, your friends. They will call you selfish. They will say you are not a team player. They will guilt you. They will tell you to be realistic. Do not listen. They are crabs in a bucket. They do not want you to escape because your escape reminds them of their own cage. Machiavelli wrote, "Whoever desires to found a state and give it laws must start with assuming that all men are bad and ever ready to display their vicious nature. People will not support your rise. They will tolerate it at best and sabotage it at worst. This is why you need to move in silence, build your leverage quietly. Do not announce your plans, do not ask for permission, do not wait for approval, just build. When they see the result, it will be too late to stop you. You will already own the quarry. They will still be carrying bricks. Let me leave you with this. You are going to die. Maybe in 50 years. Maybe tomorrow. And when you do, no one is going to remember how many hours you worked. No one is going to care how tired you were. No one is going to put on your gravestone, he showed up on time and stayed late. What they will remember is what you built, what you owned, what you left behind. Right now you are building someone else's legacy. You're working hard to make someone else rich, and you're too exhausted to even realize it. The system wants you tired. It wants you stressed. It wants you too busy to think, too broke to leave, too scared to risk. Because the moment you stop working hard and start working smart, you become dangerous. You become an owner. You become free. If this resonates with you, if you're tired of trading your life for a paycheck, then you know what to do. Subscribe, not because I told you to. Subscribe because you are done being the machine. You are ready to own the quarry.